Good afternoon, everyone. So I hope I'm audible and visible. Yes, guys, can you please let me know fast? So in today's session, we are going to discuss top tips to improve your IELTS reading score, right? Who all are here? Can you please let me know fast? Reply in the chat box quickly, please, so that I could know who all are here and the session could be interactive. And am I audible and visible? Hi Bhavna, good afternoon. Am I audible and visible? Okay, thanks for letting me know. So yes, we are going to discuss tips to improve your IELTS reading score. So guys, my name is Savayam and my plus class timings on the Unacademy platform, they are 11 a.m. to 12:30 sometimes or 1 p.m. Monday to Friday, and this is my referral code SHAMARORA10. Use this code to get 10% off on Unacademy Plus subscription. Yeah. 1 month fee is 2700. It's till 21st only, till tomorrow, guys. Fee is going to be increased. Okay. So till tomorrow, 21st May. It's for 1 month, 2700 for 1 month, and after applying this code you have to pay this much only, 2430. For 2 months it's 5000, but after applying this code you have to pay this much only, 4500, and for 3 months it's 6750. But of course you need not pay this much, because when you apply my code you'll be getting 10% off on Unacademy Plus subscription, right? So you have to pay around 6000 only. Yeah. So if you get subscription for a month, you have to pay 2430 for a month. But for 2 months, like you'll be getting more than 10% discount, because when you attend some special classes on the Unacademy platform, you get some points, and when you get those points redeemed, you have to pay even lesser than this. Yeah, lesser than this, 4500. Yeah. Okay. So use my code and I would evaluate your writing and speaking. In my sessions, I explain in detail the strategy and tips for different type of IELTS listening and reading questions. Okay. Easiest writing format is discussed in my classes, which is very helpful to students to get a high score in writing. Yeah. Study material for all the modules is given. Individual attention is paid, and yes, you should, get your target band score in the very first attempt. And my vision is that only, so that you need not appear for the test again and again. Yeah. So yes, guys, Unacademy definitely is the best platform for IELTS preparation, because you don't have to pay much, and there are so many educators whose sessions you can attend. If you are unable to attend live sessions, you can listen to the recorded sessions as well, because the recordings of all the sessions are available. Yeah. Live speaking sessions, writing test assessment, dedicated doubt solving classes are there. So these are the best classes, guys. This is the best platform for IELTS preparation. Hi Deepak, good afternoon. Hi Bhavna. Yeah. So let's get started. Let's start discussing a reading module and how we should improve. We should get a high score. Yeah. So let's discuss that. So initially we will be discussing some tips for this, and then after, if we have time, we'll be doing some match the heading questions. Alright guys. Yeah. So the very first thing I would suggest you guys to, is to read fast. Yes guys, if we read slow, we are unable to we are unable to complete it within time. Isn't it, Bhavna? Isn't it, Deepak? Yes. Right? If we read slow, we are unable to complete our reading within the given 60 minutes time, right? We have to complete our reading, and for that we need to manage our time. So for that, of course, you need to read fast, right? So you have, you have been trained to read each and every word slowly and carefully, and to not to move on until you understand everything, right? It's important to break this habit, right? So you can't just read slow, because we have 60 minutes time, and within 60 minutes we have to complete 3 passages for academic reading. And if I talk about GT students, they have to complete 3 sections which have 5 passages in them. Yeah, so 60 minutes we have to complete 40 questions for both general training and academic, right? 40 questions. So it's, something, if you read fast, then only you will be able to do it, right? So stop this habit of yours of reading slow, and you have to start reading fast. Okay, this is the first thing which you guys definitely start doing. Understood, guys? Yes, Deepak? Yes, Bhavna? Okay. I told you in the previous session on reading that we should read newspapers, magazines or books on daily basis. So I hope you have started doing this practice. Yes, Deepak? Yes, Bhavna? Have you all started doing this practice? Yes, have you all started reading newspaper? You should, okay? Okay, that's great, Deepak. Bhavna, have you started reading newspaper? And others, let me know fast. So for at least half an hour, you should make this habit to read newspaper, okay? Read newspaper or magazines or books, right? So only, okay Deepak, great. So only test practice will not be sufficient. Why? Because, of course, practice definitely should be done, but only text practice will not be sufficient, because you need to improve your reading skills. And how can we improve our reading skills? By reading newspapers or any articles or books of your interest, you can read. Yeah, so start reading newspapers or books on regular basis. Yes, okay. Work on time management. This is something really very important. One thing I've already told you for this, like in order to manage time, you need to read fast, okay, and we need to follow the strategy for this. So instead of reading the passage first, we should go directly to the first question. But this strategy is followed in, certain type of questions, not in every type of question. For example, true false not given. For true false not given, definitely instead of reading the text first, we should read a question, we should take the keywords, right? Then we should go to the passage to try finding out the location for that, right? So for true false not given, definitely we should read the question first. But there are some type of questions for which, we don't have to read the question first. We should read the paragraph or the passage first. For example, if I talk about match the headings, right? So match the headings I would suggest you to not read the headings first. Instead, you should read a paragraph first. Fine? Yes, I hope everybody is getting, and in detail these strategy and tips will be clear when you will attend my sessions, okay? When you will attend my detailed session wherein I explain in detail how to and which strategy and tips to be used for different type of IELTS reading questions, right? There is a different strategy for true false, there's a different strategy for multiple choice, right? So for each and every type of IELTS reading question, we need to use different strategy. It's not the same, okay? It's different for each and every type of question. Yeah, but for most of the question, we should directly go to the first question. Don't waste time reading the full passage. Write answers simultaneously on your answer sheet. In listening, we are given 10 minutes extra to transfer our answers from the question paper to the answer sheet, but in listening we are not given, in reading we are not given any extra time, right? So we should write answers simultaneously on the answer sheet. Yes, I hope everybody is getting this. Yeah, so don't waste time on writing the answers on the question paper. Hi Harpinder, good afternoon. Yes Bhavna, yes Deepak, Harpinder, I hope this is clear, and I've told the reason as well, right? Don't get stuck on one question. When you realize that you are having difficulties with a question, guess it and move to the next one. See, roughly we have 1.5 minutes time for each question. Sometimes you spend around 3 to 4 minutes on one question only. Sometimes you guys spend around 3 to 4 minutes on one question only, which is definitely not a wise decision. Why? Because we have 40 questions to complete within 60 minutes time, right? So there is no point of spending around 3 to 4 minutes time on one question. Yeah, so don't get stuck on one question. When you realize that you are having difficulties with the question, guess it and move to the next one, right guys? Yeah, answer to most of the questions are in order in the passage. You don't need to go back to the beginning of the passage to search for each answer. This also I explained in the previous session, wherein I told for most of the questions we are going to get the answers in the sequence, but for matching questions we won't get them in sequence. For matching questions, be it match the headings or matching information to paragraphs, जितने भी matching questions है ना, match the headings, matching information to paragraphs, information with paragraphs, okay, and there's one more, match the columns, wherein we are supposed to match with the list, है ना, जिसको हम classification question भी बोलते हैं. तो जितने भी matching questions है ना, उनके लिए उनके answers would not be in the order, but for remaining other type of questions answers are going to be in the order. For example, true, false, not given, multiple choice questions, right? And there's one more, gap fills, right? I hope it's clear to each one of you. Yes, so work on time management, and in order to work on time management you need to work on these areas. Fine. Yeah, scanning and skimming, these two techniques are really very helpful when you do your reading, okay, because it saves a lot of time and it helps us reaching the correct answer, right? So scanning, what is scanning? Scanning helps us reach the exact location without wasting our time, right? So scanning is a technique we use when looking up a word in a dictionary or trying to find a specific phrase or number. While scanning, we move our eyes to find specific words, numbers or phrases, right? So scanning is definitely very helpful. किस चीज़ के लिए helpful है? It saves our time, right? And second thing, it helps us give correct answer. Fine guys, I hope everybody is getting this. Yeah, so scanning का मतलब क्या होता है? You read a question statement, in that you take the keywords from there, you go to the passage. By moving your eyes you have to try finding out the keywords. Yeah, so once we get the keywords, there only we get the answer, right guys? Yes, let me know fast if everybody is getting. Yes, okay. Next is skimming. Skimming is used to quickly find the main idea of the test. Skimming is really helpful, especially when we do match the headings or matching information to paragraphs, right? Because skimming का मतलब क्या होता है? Skimming का मतलब होता है we need to read the text very fast, okay? It should normally be done 3 to 4 times faster than the normal speed, and we try to get the gist of the paragraph, main idea. So for the main idea, of course, we need not go through each and every word. We need not understand the meaning of each and every word, है ना? So हम skimming में क्या करते हैं? It's very fast reading and we just try to get the main idea. So these two techniques are really very helpful, and they should be played as games also, so that you could be perfect in doing scanning and skimming. Fine. You should do regular practice of using these techniques in reading. Right? Okay, read instructions carefully. Why? Because instructions tell us where to find the answer, what you need to do, how many words you need to write, and it also tells if an option can be used more than once, right? So instructions should be read very carefully so that we don't miss what exactly has been asked in the instructions to do, right? And we do accordingly. Don't relate with previous knowledge. Why? because every answer you would be getting in the text only. There would be nothing which will be out of the text. You are being tested on your understanding of the text only. Your own knowledge of the topic should not be influencing your answers. Okay, so don't relate the text with your previous knowledge. Sometimes, actually there is a passage which I can recall as of now. It's about private and public schools difference. Okay, so many of us know what the difference is between private and government schools. Yeah, so many students in that text, they try to apply their knowledge, and that of course should not be done, especially in true false not given. We have this not given option as well. So be careful. Okay, don't apply your previous knowledge, because when you apply your previous knowledge, you end up answering true or false mostly, and it can be not given, it can not be found. It is a possibility that the answer is not there in the text. Yeah, the information is not there in the text. Yeah, so don't relate it with your previous knowledge. Okay, learn vocabulary. IELTS reading exam is definitely very easy for those students who know a good range of vocab. Vocabulary is very important if you are aiming for a high band score. As you prepare for the exam, make sure to study new words regularly. So learn 4 to 5 words every day. Okay, learn 4 to 5 words every day, but make sure to learn task specific words, because in IELTS reading also you would be getting task specific vocabulary, right? If the text is related to education, there would be education specific vocabulary used throughout. So work on task specific vocabulary so that you don't get stuck and you know the meaning of most of the words. Okay, yeah, so I hope everybody has understood these tips. Yes guys, shall we attempt an exercise now? Is everyone ready? Let me know fast. Let's attempt an exercise and let's work on this technique, skimming. Let's see how with the help of this technique we are able to reach the correct answers for match the headings. Fine? Yes? Okay, so let's read the instructions first, because we have just read. Instructions should be read in detail, they should be understood well, right? So the instructions say you should spend about 20 minutes on question 27 to 40, which are based on reading passage. Reading passage has 7 paragraphs A to G. Okay, it means we have 7 paragraphs. We have to answer for 7 paragraphs. Choose the correct heading for paragraphs B to G. Okay, for A, they might have already given from the list of headings below. Okay, so we have the headings. These are the headings, guys. See, have a look at the headings. These are the headings. One example is already done for us, and this is 8th one. Okay, one example is already done. It means this can't be the answer for any other paragraph now. Am I right? Yes Bhavna, yes Harpinder, yes Deepa. If 8th heading is already assigned to paragraph A, it means this can be crossed out and this can't be the heading for any other paragraph now, right? Yeah, sometimes in the instructions we get to see you may use any heading more than once. You may use any heading more than once. Okay, if it's written like this, you may use any heading more than once, then this should not be crossed out, right? If a paragraph is already done for us for which 8th heading is assigned, then this should not be crossed out, because this can be the heading for any other paragraph as well. When it is specifically mentioned here, you may use any heading more than once, and if it's not mentioned here, then one heading can be assigned to one paragraph only. I hope everybody is getting this point, right? So let's read paragraph B now. Okay, so what we need to do, guys, paragraph B कैसे read करना है? We have to skim through the whole paragraph. If we get a few words for which we do not know the meaning, we don't have to get stuck there. We have to read it very fast, and we have to assume, what the title of the paragraph can be. Are you all getting? So I would like you guys to go through the paragraph very fast, and I would like you guys to tell me what have you understood from the paragraph. I'll be giving 1 minute only, not even 1 minute, it should be lesser than that. So around 45 seconds time only you have. Do it fast. Go through the whole paragraph, skim it fast, okay? You don't have to read each and every word, skim it fast and let me know what is the main idea of the paragraph. Do it fast. Okay, yes. So Harpinder, Deepak, Bhavna, guys quickly. Deepak thinks answer should be second for this. Deepak, what's the main idea of the paragraph? Is it mentioned anywhere that they couldn't understand the climate change? Limited means their understanding of climate change was limited. They did not know about it well. Is it written anywhere, Deepak? Try to understand the main idea. Harpinder, if you don't have these headings and you have to assign it from your end, what would it be? Harpinder, don't look at these headings which are given here. अगर आपको खुद कोई assign करनी है उस paragraph को heading, तो आप क्या assign करोगे? Quickly guys, Harpinder, Deepak, others, Bhavna, quickly. Which heading you guys would assign if you have to do it on your own? If you don't have these headings. So if you have to assume a heading, what would it be? Do it fast please. Climate change direct threat to many countries. Okay. Yeah. So see what's mentioned here, Deepak. For the Inuit, the problem is urgent. For the Inuit, the problem is urgent. They live in precarious balance with one of the toughest environments on earth. Climate change, whatever its causes, is a direct threat to their way of life. Nobody knows the Arctic as well as the locals, which is why they are not content simply to stand back and let outside experts tell them what's happening. In Canada, where the Inuit people are jealously guarding their hard-won autonomy in the country's newest territory, Nunavut, they believe their best hope of survival in this changing environment lies in combining their so this is, this shows this can't be the heading, Deepak. See, they are saying here they believe their best hope of survival in this changing environment lies in combining their ancestral knowledge with the best of modern science. This is a challenge in itself, right? So nowhere it's mentioned that their knowledge was limited. In fact, it said they want that the ancestral knowledge which they have and the modern science should be combined, right? So their reaction to this, their reaction to climate change, what they want to be done, right, Deepak? Yes, others, is this clear? Right? So that is something which is mentioned here, right? Yeah. So heading should be this one, first one, not the second one. I hope it's clear to each one of you. Yes. Okay, Bhavna says it should be sixth one, a difficult landscape. How come? Okay, fine. Okay, Bhavna. So what can be done? Bhavna is saying with these words, when Bhavna read these words, she believes this can also be the answer a difficult landscape because they have to face many difficulties, right? So what we can do is first answer as well as sixth answer, we can take them together, and when we'll read other paragraphs, we'll be able to eliminate any one of the options from these two. Fine? Yes, yeah, that can be done. Let's read paragraph C now. Just skim through the paragraph, don't read each and every word. Yeah, so the Canadian Arctic is a vast, treeless polar desert that's covered with snow for most of the year. Venture into this terrain and you get some idea of hardships facing anyone who calls this home, right? So hardships, snow, farming is out of question, but the farming can't be done, and nature offers meager pickings. Humans first settled in Arctic a mere 4,500 years ago, surviving by exploiting sea mammals and fish. Okay. The environment, okay, sometimes the colonists were successful, sometimes they failed and vanished. But around 1,000 years ago, one group emerged that was uniquely well adapted to cope with the Arctic environment. These Thal people moved in, okay, fine, that's it. So we have read about the hardships here, isn't it, Bhavna? Yes, guys, are you all getting? Yes or no? Right, Bhavna? So this should be a difficult landscape, don't you think? Answer, this sixth heading should be for this paragraph, not for the previous one, right? Because in previous one it was written in one line only, but here it is everywhere, right? From the very first line, and then further hardships, and they have said about farming also, which is not possible. It has become very difficult for the people to live who are living there, right? Yeah. So for this particular paragraph, this heading should be assigned heading 6. Yes, let's do one more. Okay, do this one now. Try to skim through the paragraph. Don't read each and every word. I'm again saying don't read each and every word. If there are some words which you do not know the meaning of, it's okay, it's fine. Okay, Harpinder thinks the answer should be 7th for this. 7th means negative effects on well-being. Are you sure? Harpinder, go through it again. This can be taken along, but still you need to find out one more. Because here they have written like, life is too hard. That's why some people, they are finding some other ways out. Isn't it? Okay, fine. If you think Harbinder and Deepak answer for this should be 7th, read this paragraph. Read this paragraph, next paragraph. Paragraph E, read it please. Yes, Harpinder, got it now. Yes, right, Deepak? Answer for this should be this one, 7th one. isn't it? Because they have written here, while the Inuit may not actually starve if hunting and trapping are curtailed by climate change, there has certainly been an impact on people's health. Obesity, heart disease and diabetes are beginning to appear in people for whom these have never been problems, right? There has been a crisis of identity as the traditional skills of hunting, trapping and preparing skins have begun to disappear, right? Yeah, so this negative effects on well-being, right? So it should be for this one. So for the previous one, for this paragraph, what should the heading be? It should be third one. Alternative sources of essential supplies, which is mentioned here throughout. See, but they still rely heavily on nature to provide food and clothing. Provisions available in local shops have to be flown into Nunavut on one of the most costly air networks in the world, or brought by supply ship during the few ice-free weeks of summer. It would cost a family around this much a year to replace meat they obtained themselves through hunting with imported meat. Economic opportunities are scarce, and for many people, state benefits are their only income. Yeah, so provisions, right? Alternative sources of essential supplies. Yes Deepak, yes Sarpinder, yes Bhavna. I hope it's clear to each one of you, right? So if you get confused for one paragraph and if you have two headings to be assigned, it's okay. Don't read the paragraph again. Go to the next paragraph so that you could, change from the previous headings which you have already assigned, right? I hope everybody is getting. Yes, yeah. So what happens basically for match the headings, we should read a paragraph, we should see what the paragraph is mainly about, what's the main idea of the paragraph, what are they mainly talking about, what is mainly written here, okay, which can be found almost everywhere in the paragraph, right? Yeah, so on the basis of that we are supposed to assign a heading to paragraph. Yes Deepak, yes Bhavna, yes Harpinder. Yeah, I hope it's clear. So that is it for today guys, and Harpinder, Deepak and Bhavna, please start listening to my sessions, my courses on reading, okay? I'll be sharing a link with you guys. Fine, I'll share a link for the reading course wherein I've explained in detail strategy and tips for true, false, not given, for match the headings, for multiple choice and for various other type of questions which will definitely be very helpful. Fine. So yeah, alright, and see you tomorrow at 11 AM. Yes guys, so join Unacademy using my referral code SHAMARORA10 and get 10% off on Unacademy Plus subscription. So there will be up to 20% hike in the fee by tomorrow. I think by tomorrow 12 PM. Yeah, 12 AM, 11:59 PM. So get subscription and ask your friends also to get subscription before that. Alright. Okay guys, alright. Bye bye. See you in the next class. Thank you.